Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just want to do a quick video today on what's going on. I'm on my way over to the shop. I just dropped off a new motor that me and the son bought for the Monte. 406, guys. Got a good deal on it. I'm going to tear it down and check everything out and make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. But we got a steal on it. It's got aluminum heads on it already, nice intake, roller rockers, brand new comp cam. It's a real good setup. So we're gonna go check it out. I'm gonna bring you guys with me and let you see what's going on. Like I said, he's pretty excited, and I am too for him. I mean, for a 21-year-old that works his butt off every day. He welds aluminum. He's a TIG welder. He started out at, what was it, 18, I think he got the job. And he picked right up on it. And I mean, he's real good at it. And he lays dimes. And I'm so proud of him. And he just had a baby. For the guys that's got me on Facebook, you've probably seen pictures I plaster. That's my grandson, my first grandson. I mean, I got 2 other grandbabies too, but my first grandson. And, you know, and he's trying to get this car done. And I'm helping him out the best I can, and he knows what we do. But I helped him out. I borrowed him the money to get this set up, and it's real good. And I just wanted to let you guys know what it is. Now, when we get over to the shop, you guys can check it out with me. All right. Here we are at the shop, guys. This is his name. He's Michigan Transmission. Anybody here in Michigan around the area, 989 686 0084. Tell them Muscle Car Garage sent you, and he'll hook you guys up. He's reasonably, you know, he beats a lot of the prices around. Truck is dirty today, guys. We're getting the snowstorm again. Michigan, you know, they tease you. The wife is not going to be happy about that. Let's go inside and take a look at this motor. Well, here we are in the shop, guys. This is where I come. Since I don't have a garage where I'm actually at. I got hurt a while back, but that's a whole different story. But I come here, and this is where I build motors and stuff like that. This one's a brand new one over here, 355, ready to go. I'm not going to uncover nothing. We're here for the boys' motor anyway. Got a square by it, it's getting worked on. New motor and that. Like I said, you guys never need any work done. This is the training. Look at this, guys. 406. Nice setup. I mean, for what he's looking for what we got it for. Beautiful. Nice setup. Got the Eldebrod E Street 202 160 heads, 190 intake runners.
Typical Chevy motor.
Oh, there's Al. Say hi, Al. You're on the channel, man.
I'm not high right now.
Oh, you're not high right now?
No, I can't get high at work.
You want to get high after work?
Oh, I'm getting high after work.
Oh, guys, what am I going to do? But yeah, I mean, this is going to be in the old Monte Carlo. So, like I said, he's over the moon about this. And I am too. It's a good deal for him. You know, I wish I had, when I was 20 years old, I wish I had somebody do this for me. I had to work every day, and, you know, not against my dad. He's a great dad and everything, but, you know, our family didn't have a lot of money. Not saying that I have a lot of money, but we had to pick this up for what it is. All right, stay tuned. I'll be back. Now getting her tore down. Removing the head studs. That's it, 406. 6. Crazy. Okay guys, I want to show you a little something on this motor. Look at the size of these head studs. See, they're nice big 3/8 up here, and then they slim right down where they go onto the block. I'll give you a little backstory on this motor. The reason we got a good deal. It got put together, the cam got broke in, and when the cam got broken, there was a little bit of water in the oil. And we know the block's good. It's been checked in the past, stuff like that. So we know the block was good. So he was just done with it. So we ended up getting it. And I ended up finding out these head studs, you could grab them after they were tightened up in the block. You could wiggle them. And when I pulled the intake off, I found that you could see in the valley where the head meets the block, antifreeze was there. So that's one of the reasons I'm tearing this motor down. Getting rid of all the riffraff, like them cheap head studs and stuff like that. But yeah, that's I don't know if you guys can get a good angle on that. See here how they're nice and fat and thick, and they slim right down to nothing. Not good. Say hi, Tony. That's Mr. Martin. He's one that owns this shop. Good guy. Need any transmission work, Mid-Michigan Transmission. If you're in Michigan and need it done. Best transmission builder I ever met. Now it's time for the rotating assembly. Get that done. Get the block put out to the machine shop. And get it ready to go back together. Isn't that weird how you can... Isn't that weird how you can buy something and then just tear it apart, send it out, rebuild it? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And we'll be on to the rotating assembly tomorrow. See what the weather's doing out here. See if it's still blizzarding out. Yeah, let's calm down a little bit. Actually feels like it warmed up a little bit. All right. You know, this Michigan weather can quit doing that anytime. I'd be pretty happy about it. All right, let's go. Let's see what the back of the truck is like. Huh? There they are. Waiting for the son to do his gaskets and clean them back up. Get everything ready for reassembly. Good job for him. He will be helping to put it back together though. And guys, on these, when you take used lifters, I mean, it's a brand new setup that's in this. But when you take lifters out of there, you want to make sure you get a box and you label it front, and then you keep the lifters in like the driver's side from front to back, passenger side from front to back. That way the lifters stay on the same lobe. This, like I said, there's a little bit of a story on this motor I'm going to tell you guys here in a little bit, why we got it so cheap and what it's about. I mean, I already mentioned, that there was a little bit of water and oil, which a lot of people are going to think, oh, it's 400, it's a crack block. That ain't the case on this. But I'll tell you the story here in a little bit. But like I was saying, on lifters, you always want to keep them on the same lobe that they were broke in on. That way, everything goes back the same way. I got all the push rods on the same setup, all the rocker arms, the heads. Heads will be on the driver's side, same as they were when they came off. But that's just the way I am. But I mean, the heads, I guess it wouldn't really matter about the heads. But as far as lifters and push rods, all that, I like to keep them on the same rocker arm and stuff like that. So let me see here if I can get through here. Okay, I'll be back and let you know about that motor here in a little bit. I got to get cleaned up and get ready to go pick the wife up from work, so I'll catch you here in a second. Alright guys, what I wanted to tell you on this motor, I'm out in the truck now, just got everything loaded up, cleaned up, swept up. Like I said, I got to pick the wife up from work here soon, so I'm going to call it a day. I'll get the crank and rods and pistons out of it tomorrow and get the block over to the machine shop. But anyway, this gentleman had this motor a while back in a C10 lifted pickup truck. Had probably a 6-8 inch lift on it, and he wanted to build it, and we drove it every day. Ran good, not a problem. No oil, no nothing. I mean, there was no water in the oil, no smokes, no nothing. The motor came out of I think it was a 72 or a 71 motorhome is where he got it from, and it only had like 30,000 miles on it. And he just ended up dropping it into his truck, and it ran great. Well, he come into the trans shop here, and he wanted the trans fixed, so Tony fixed the trans up for him, and he's seen our vehicles around. He's like, well, man, that'd be kind of cool to have something like that, and get a little bit more power. So he went out and bought all the aluminum heads and everything like that. Well, him and his buddy did a top end on it. Just the heads, cam, lifters, stuff like that, intake. So, needless to say, after they got it done, and it was actually pulled over here on a flatbed, and they did the motor brake in here, because he wanted to put a shift kit in the trans too. He wanted to, I don't know, whatever else. But anyway, the truck ended up back here for break-in. So me and Tony had the motor broke in, let it run 1500 RPM for 20 minutes. Everything went good. It was fine. And we took the oil, drained it, and noticed there was a little bit of water in it. It was kind of discolored, and so we did another oil change on it, and said, well, maybe some got in there from, pulling the old heads off or whatever. So we decided to do it again, change oil, and try it again. So we did that. And needless to say, on the other oil change that we did, it was still water in the oil. And he's like, you know what, I'm done with it. I can get a crate motor. the Garber Chevrolet up here, they had a big sale going on crate motors, 350 crate motors. Nothing special, just stock. And the guy was so disappointed in us. He said, you know what, I'm done. I don't even want to mess with it. I should have left it alone. And if you want it, it's yours. So that's how I ended up with it for so cheap. The motor's only got the braking in it and a couple of minutes around the shop here. Drive it around, let it warm up, check the oil, change it. Basically doing a motor flush on it, and still water, a little water in the oil. Well, when I started pulling it apart today, I told you guys what I found. The head studs were leaking. And it's because you can take when you can take a head stud like this. Say this is your head stud. Let's see. This is your head stud, and you can take a head stud that's screwed all the way into the block, and you can still take it and go like that with it. That ain't no good. And the top was a 3/8 head stud. Well, then it dropped down to almost looked like a 5/16 stud. And then it got thicker at the bottom again. It was like the center was just the size of a pencil, and then it went up to a 3/8. And before I even took the heads off, I had the intake off, and when I took the intake off, I shined a light between the block and the head, and I could see the antifreeze where it was laying on there and coming down into the intake valley. So I know that's what it was. Like I said, everybody is probably gonna say, "Oh, them 400s are no for crack box," and they are. And that's why I'm going to take it in just to be 100% sure before we try putting it in his car, my son's car, and doing anything. I'm going to have it all done. And then I'll put it back together, and it should be fine. But I'm not going to waste time doing that. But I just figured I wanted to let you guys know that what the problem was. A lot of it had to do with assembly too. I mean, I was seeing stuff that, these guys, they think, oh, I can put a set of heads on and a cam and, this, that, and the other. Well, there were some of the head studs didn't even look like they had thread sealing on them, at all. Well, them going to a water jacket, you have to have some kind of sealant on them threads. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that, and hope you liked this video. I know it didn't show a lot of the actual tear down and stuff like that, but I was trying to get it done in a hurry and get out. I had to have that hoist to have it up in the air like that, and it's in one of the bays that they use for working on stuff, so I didn't want to be in their way. I got my own little corner over there, but I don't have a hoist over there, a chair, whatever you want to call it. I call it it's a Yale come along is what it is, but it's like a 1-ton, 1.5-ton chain fall. That's what it is, chain fall. I was having a brain fart. Sometimes you get them brain farts, you just don't know what the heck you're, It's been a long day. But anyways, guys, I just want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for new notifications for more videos. There's going to be more videos of the 406 build. Of the Monte's coming, and then there's going to be the El Camino build. So I want to wish you guys a merry day. We're having a great snowy shitty day up here in Michigan, but I wish spring would hurry up and get here, to tell you the truth. I am so sick of this weather. But anyway, thanks again. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.